We have a massive hack of T-Mobile now confirmed. We have the latest coming to you. We also have a new trend emerging in the new Trump White House that you need to be aware of. That is quite interesting, actually. And a Norwegian fisherman caught a very scary catch, which is actually newsworthy, as unlikely as that may seem. Canadian postal workers go on strike. We got turkey updates, we got shipping delays, we got a lot of other things. Let's jump right into it. Welcome to the Poplar Report. I'm Steve Poplar. I'm an accountant by trade, and these are your updates that you guys are sharing with us. If you have something to share, make sure you use that word update somewhere in your comment. That gets it to the right place. And give us some sort of geographical context if that's relevant to your post. We do want to thank our sponsor, Genesis Gold Group. They make these updates possible, so if you haven't already gotten some information from them about what you can do with your IRA, if you want to move some of your IRA or all of your IRA, or even if you're in Canada, you can move your retirements over to gold, silver, or platinum. There'll be a link at the end of the video to find out more. All right, so this major hack of T-Mobile is now being reported by the Wall Street Journal just yesterday. The FBI and CISA, which is the Cyber Security Agency of the United States, said that apparently it was China-linked hackers. They apparently intercepted surveillance data intended for law enforcement agencies. Now, reading between the lines on that one, just translating it out of bureaucratic speech, they were spying on Americans and the Chinese stole the data that the U.S. federal agencies were stealing. Anyway, but apparently this is impacting, it's not impacting the network. We're not hearing anything about private billing accounts being impacted, so payment methods do not seem to be affected at this point. But it looks like basically a lot of the surveillance data on telephone calls, on metadata from people's devices, like their location and stuff like that, is what was stolen. But there will be more coming out on this because it is a very large breach. And I'm upset about that because I have T-Mobile. Anyway, Caroline Leavitt is the new White House press secretary starting in January for Donald Trump. She's 27 years old, and I'm starting to notice a theme here. It's making me feel old, that's what it is. J.D. Vance is, I was surprised to find that he's actually younger than I am, which is, okay. The vice president's younger than I am. Many of you out there are feeling the same way. The new Secretary of Defense is going to be 44 years old. This is not the Bush White House, that's for sure. Matt Gaetz, who's the new Attorney General, is 42. It's a new generation. And really, Donald Trump, you got to take your hat off to him a little bit because he's putting in a lot of younger folks who are going to be continuing this on for generations. Politics has been dominated by boomers, basically, by relatively older folks. And a lot of that generation is just kind of clinging on to these positions of power. You see it in the Senate. You see it in the House. I mean, heck, Nancy Pelosi at 102 years old just filed to run for Congress again. And she just did a press tour, and a lot of Democrats are mad at her because she's stealing the thunder of Hakeem Jeffries. Telling her that she should not be getting in front of the press and stealing everyone's thunder, which is funny because, I mean, like, telling a politician not to go in front of the press is kind of like, yeah, that's not going to happen. That's not, I mean, what junior congressman that had the opportunity to get in front of the press wouldn't be getting in front of the press? Anyway, moving on. Russia has accused the United States and the UK of intending to sabotage underwater data cables and internet cables. In response, the NATO allies have accused Russia of plotting to sabotage underwater data cables. this is starting to become a bit of a trend. Every time Russia says that someone's about to do something, immediately the United States and its allies immediately come back and say, well, it's Russia who's planning on doing this. It's like the diplomatic version of, I know you are, but what am I? We need to get the adults back in the room. That's what we need to do. And in January, it looks like that's going to happen. A Norwegian fishing vessel caught a big catch this week. They caught a U.S. nuclear-powered submarine. A U.S. submarine. Anyway, its nets tangled around the propeller and created a full classified hubbub. The U.S. Navy is refusing to release the name of the submarine, which is funny because everybody already knows. It was the USS Virginia. RT News is out there saying it was the USS Virginia. Everybody else is like, the U.S. Navy's not confirming it, but we all know it was the USS Virginia. Because it was just in port at Tromsø. So, you know, and it was nearby. So it's kind of like everybody knows it was that ship. Anyway, or boat. Okay, back off, Navy guys. Back off. I'm okay. I'll call it a boat. Anyway, Canadian post workers across Canada have gone on strike as of yesterday. 55,000 workers demanding higher pay from the government. And of course, there's nobody to negotiate against them. All right, let's get into some of your updates here. I forgot to make it bigger. Makes it hard to read. Let's pop that up there. Okay. OMAD Hippie says, just received a letter from my water district. They report removing all fluoride from its water before 31st December, end of this year. Congratulations, and everyone will not have the neurotoxin going into the water supply anymore. We already have the Trump White House is already saying through RFK Jr. that they are going to put severe pressure on basically all the water authorities in the United States to start banning fluoride because it is a toxic waste product that has been put in the water supply for far too long. That's why I drink bottled water now, mostly. I'm not super strict on it, but I'm trying not to get as much fluoride into my body. There's a lot of countries out there that ban it. I mean, it's like the data is out there. Like some countries have fluoride water, some countries do not. And let's just say when we start talking about like Switzerland and these other countries that are very high socioeconomic and very well-functioning governments, they do not put fluoride in their water. They do not allow it above certain amounts. It is natural, so like if you just get natural water out of the ground, sometimes it has a little bit of fluoride in it, but much lower. I mean, in the United States, we're dumping extra in, like lots of it. Newberry says, went to Walmart in Findlay, Ohio yesterday, and eggs went up to $8.98 from $5.13 earlier this week. In 1 week, from $5.13 up to $8.98. Now, they didn't say how many dozen in there, but these are organic happy eggs and pasture-raised eggs. I buy them every week and never saw a $3 hike in 1 week. Shocked. We are seeing those egg prices popping up and egg availability is starting to drop off in some places. But they did just kill 2 million more egg-laying hens over in California. It's like a national pastime. I don't know if like everyone in California gets to kill a chicken themselves or what. But Granny Shell says, Western South Dakota planned on getting a turkey. The sale started yesterday morning, and I was there at 8 a.m. They were sold out. They opened just at 6, and they were there at 8. They did say another truck is coming next Thursday, so I guess I will try again then. The ice cream section was really low, as well as frozen pizza section. Frozen veggies were good, but frozen French fries and onion rings gone. I don't know about you guys, but frozen pizzas are just so convenient. I know they're super easy to make otherwise, but you know, just pop open the freezer and throw it in the oven and boom. But they're so expensive these days. Like the cheapest one's like $5 now. I'm like, it's actually cheaper to go to Little Caesars and get pizzas there, it seems like. Anyway, I digress. Urban S says there are definitely shipping problems happening. I have ordered several items online that took months to arrive. The most recent was ordered on September 29th, and I'm still waiting for its arrival. It's apparently on a slow boat from China. LOL. Alice says, I like the Walmart brand organic milk. It does cost more, but it stays good for a lot longer than the non-organic. I've heard that repeatedly from a bunch of you guys, that it lasts a lot longer. For the last 2 weeks, both my local Walmart, Supercenter, and neighborhood market have not had any of the organic milk. It's getting to be ridiculous. Colleen says, north of Boston, Massachusetts, very low or none onion powder. Stop and Shop and Market Basket. Apparently, the onion powder thing is a bit pretty widespread. I won't share all the reports, but I got a number of them from you guys. This is from Kathy. She'll mention that, though. Northeast Wisconsin. Yes, there is a shortage of onion powder and garlic powder here. Yeah, I used to be able to get the giant canisters of garlic powder, and it was like relatively cheap. Now it's like you can only get these little tiny ones, and they cost a lot more. I don't know what that's about, but that's been going on for a while. But pumpkin spice was also short. This is Wisconsin. Apple pie spice is spotty. No wheat bread at Walmart. I noticed a lot of empty shelves, soup, canned vegetables, and chicken. No chicken at all at the Piggly Wiggly. No can or raw chicken. I am happy to have stocked up on my meats in a can, but I found unusually strange. What I found unusually strange are we are missing rutabagas. Living in the North Woods, this is a staple for soups and pasties. Pasties are handheld meat pies. Very good and healthy and hearty. Carrots also short here too. Thank you, Steve. Much appreciate what you do. All right, Tryon says, I have so many people now asking me to freeze dry eggs and milk for them. They are some people the same people that laughed at me for buying it. So apparently they got a freeze dryer. My grandchildren cannot get enough of the apple slices, applesauce squares, and yogurt drops. Freeze dryers are not for everyone, but it does preserve food from my garden that is used in the winter and for long term. More and more people are waking up. Thank you, Steve, for keeping us updated. So yeah. I mean, those freeze dryers, before you take a plunge, make sure you are aware of the maintenance on those things, because it's not just the upfront cost, but it's also maintenance. You have to change the oil, you have to clean the oil and filter stuff, and if you don't maintain the freeze dryer, it will go bad on you, and you're going to be out a lot of money. So you need to know how to maintain it, and you need to be aware of the process of it. If you can, talk with someone who already has a freeze dryer. If not, then get on YouTube and watch some videos from people who have it, or their first month or their first year with a freeze dryer, to get some honest opinions on things. But yeah, I mean, if you have a number of families that are going in together on it, or if you're really looking to stock up on freeze-dried stuff, then that is a way to go. But for a lot of us, it's just easier to buy freeze-dried stuff straight from like Mountain House. I've been buying a few of those meals kind of thing recently. Freeze-dried beef from like Prepper Beef is a great way to go there, or however else you're getting stocked up. Anyway, Crazy Grandma says, this time of year, a huge amount of our fresh produce, especially leafy greens, come in through Laredo, Texas. Sorry. I did look up how to pronounce it, but I already forgot it. Sorry. Yes, I'm fairly knowledgeable. This is from Crazy Grandma. pulled a reefer trailer out of there for 14 years. Even one extra day on the trailer will deteriorate the quality of greens there. So depending on how long the trailers were held, so there was the protest yesterday, you may see lesser quality in your stores for a while and shortages if it deteriorated too bad. Now, that was one of the things is I wasn't quite aware that so much lettuce comes from Mexico. That's the kind of thing that I would kind of hope that lettuce would be coming from the U.S., but especially up here in like Pennsylvania, like it's kind of crazy that it's that much is coming in from Mexico. But yeah, I mean, hey, it's what's happening. So a border shutdown there. And do you think we're going to have more border shutdowns in the coming days? Probably. Probably as Trump comes into office, we're going to have more issues at the border of things coming through, whether it's cartels going into full war mode against the U.S. Now, I know they're already discussing that. Donald Trump's discussed this, and others have discussed this within his administration, that they are looking to designate cartels as foreign terrorist organizations and actually declaring war on them. So this could get pretty spicy before it gets better, and that could result in border closures and other containment things. Trade may be impacted at least temporarily until things get sorted out. This is from What's Next, who's been getting stocked up. Because of your updates, I have planned accordingly for months. It's paying off. Powdered eggs, milk, butter, jars of instant coffee, packed coffee stockpiled at least 1 year out. Canned beef, chicken, as well as fruits and vegetables, rice, beans, and condiments as well. All purchases on sale and very cheap. And that's the way to do it, right? Don't panic buy, but just keep buying good deals and putting it back, right? Everything is being affected now, but it's not affecting us. I hope people have been following and listening to you, planning accordingly. Listen to these updates, pray and prep everyone. Things are moving forward in the wrong direction. It's up to you and to make it right. Once again, thank you for your updates, and thank you all for participating in this and getting the information. We are a network, and we're all the reporters. How about that? If you want to get some more information from Genesis Gold, there's a link right there on the screen. If you want to check out another video from this channel, there's one right up there. Thanks so much for joining with us and being a part of this. Steve Poplar of the Poplar Report, out.